Good morning. So we are starting the market with some fresh news that is taking again a view on oil. So let's focus on the news overnight after we review the routine. So this is my daily routine. Here you have the link. You have it on the description of the video as well. I open every single of these charts and go equity markets from around the world. We have clearly Nikkei going higher and higher. We have a push here, and then a little consolidation. We are about 125% since near the end of July. Very, very impressive. The next one is the S&P 500, and here we have a as of the close of yesterday. Remember, all these charts update overnight. So as of close of yesterday, we have that we are still inside of this Friday engulfing candle. It's true that yesterday we tried to push lower and it did not close at the low. It was the previous candle was an indecision candle, so that should have given us a little warning sign. When I was trading yesterday, we had um, two indecision candles because yesterday was not being formed yet. So I failed to take advantage of that because I see the strength of the market in weekly candles. So we have now three dark blue candles, but the price is going higher. In the monthly candle, you can see monthly we are about uh, flat. Year to date, we are, it shows here, about 14% year to date. This is the volatility chart. Every single day we get a horizontal line that shows the performance. We did have volatility a few days ago, you remember, but then it's back to the standard deviations. NASDAQ, similar picture, stronger than the S&P. Here we do have an improvement in crude oil. That's clearly good. And then, I mean, it's good for the bulls. And the strength on the year to date gold, it's impressive, but it's not near the 60% we saw a few days ago. We'll review that with live data. So, in the equity charts from around the world, there are some equities here. They're taking the lead, right? Which are over or very like at 40 or over 40 um, in dollars, right? And to finalize, we do have the the performance of the I have added the performance of the last 2 days, right? The last week, the last 14 days. So this help us to review what's going on. So oil, as we can see, it was weak for the last 14 days. In the last 2 days, it's flat. And gold and silver is very weak, or has been very weak for the last 2 days. In the last 14 days, they are positive. So this is very important to note that here we do have a big sell-off. But even after this sell-off in the last 2 days, they are positive for the last 14 days. So traders that enter long in the last 2 days, they are suffering. Traders that enter long in the last 14 days. So 2 days suffering, 14 days doing okay. Bitcoin, which is clearly the best performer in the last 2 years of the instruments that I have listed here, for the last 90 days has been down. And we don't have many instruments that have been down for the last 90 days, except the yen. And that's not the yen. That's the bond, the geo. Okay, the geo and the bond, right? And oil minus 13. So let's go to the charts. It's 15 minutes, about 15 minutes for the market to open. We start with the euro. We broke these trend lines we have here. We fell to consolidate above the 117 area that I have marked. And I wanna see a break. I wanna see the strength of the dollar. I wanna see a break of this level. And please create alert single if it's below this level. Send me an email. So here I have a notification. It will make this sound. And then send an email. This why when I want an alert here. First, because most of the capital being managed is in US dollars. So I want a little strength on that. And the other is because it's probably going to target this low if we return, right? It had the opportunity to trade this higher, it did not. So let me remove, activate. I could say this. Okay. So if that happens, I will follow Bitcoin. We saw the weakness in the last 90 days from a high of 127 to 109 that is right now. Positive, but in this between these two levels, we had the indecision candle 3 days ago. And so far, I don't have a view. I don't want to touch this. Moving to the next. Oil. This is important. It was in a very in a downtrend. It gave me an alert overnight. So let me open that alert. It was given yesterday at 11 p.m. So price about 59.82. So is this level here. This level here. So we had the alert there and it just went. It traded above the high and it went. Let me see how did it go. This is the overnight price action. Let me remove time and sales. Let me make this smaller. There's no need. And make a big. So overnight, about 5 in New York. That's almost midnight here in Madrid. Open and then retest of this level and continuation. The question here is, are we going to take this high and continue higher for a retracement? Right? Or this is just taking the shorts. So there are macro news on this. I mean, you have seen the news, right? Let me put it on. Let me put it here. Move it here. See why it's taking longer than expected to load, but I will show you. So there is macro news here, and this takes me to the next chart, that is the ES. This is where we mentioned on the long-term charts inside of this engulfing candle. And American lines lift. If I go to news, top news, here you can see US sanctions on Russian oil over the Ukraine. Of course, if they are not able to buy Russian oil, it's going to get more expensive, right? How much more? Hmm, that's a big question. China state oil majors suspend Russian oil's buying due to sanctions, sources says. And this is 19 minutes ago. This is this is relevant. This is why oil is going up. How much is up? It's 5%. 5%. Mm, Let me think about the action plan for today. So the easiest path, if we're going to go higher, and it's about to open in 10 minutes, is test this level and then go. Where? To the weekly high. This is option number one. If we're going to take the overnight low, right? Let me maximize here. If we are going to take the overnight low, we have a few options here. Trading, take this low. That's very close. That's 13 points. Not holding here, right? And targeting yesterday's low. This is interesting because it's 40 points away, right? Which is easierly done because we know moving lower is normally faster than just going all the way up, which is 50, 60 points higher. But we have to take into consideration that we are inside of yesterday value area. Gold. This is one of my favorite instruments at the moment, and we devoted some attention here. I have read people that I trust that they're looking for this. Test to this area and then going down. I was thinking, why not look for this? Gold is very strong, has been very strong. It had a little bit of a liquidation. It had the opportunity to make a red candle here, like this one, right? A big, fat, red candle here. And it did not. Now, the following day, we are trading at the highs and close to the high of yesterday. This is quite approachable. Let's see how it did overnight. Right? So now we are getting into this area. that was tested yesterday overnight and clearly fell. It fell fast, but not with enough strength to take the overnight low. So this is why now we're seeing some pressure. Is it likely to fall again? Yes, it is very likely to fall again. But in the long-term picture, I think this the bulls have the hand. That's why for me, taking short-term trades, um, I'm not looking at that. It's not there yet. Definitely can turn and go to just test yesterday low. But as of now, look, I mean, where do you want to short this? We need at least a lower high to confirm, then a break here, and we can move the stop here, or we can move the stop here. If not, the risk reward is just, I mean, you can tell me if you're shorting here, where do you put the stop? Here where I have the mark. This is where actually the shorts are going to start adding up, right? If there is enough shorts power, this is where the shorts are likely to add positions. That would be fine taking all of this all the way here and then and this way. NQ. How is NQ overnight? So we have the news retraced. We are sitting at yesterday lows, near the low, above October open. All-time highs is there, but we had been trading in this range for a while, right? The candle that this is the range. It never tested here, then tested again down. Is holding. So the 25 positive on the month. Fine, I don't. If the market internal are not screaming in one direction or another in 5 minutes, I am not interested. And it's likely to get chopped. It's like this trading these days, you know. So here the bulls got punished. Here the bears got punished. Here the bears got really punished. And now the bears are taking in control 3 days in a row down. But this is short-term trades. Russell, we could draw this triangle. Edit. Never. And we don't touch it until we move to any of these sides. Silver, similar to gold. YM, all-time highs 3 days ago. But look how weak this all-time highs was. It was just enough to print it and then reversed. As of now, it's flat after sell-off yesterday. Close at the low, different than the S&P 500. Good. interesting. Tesla. We had news. It didn't impress at all Wall Street. We have this line that we're waiting for it to break to the upside, but we're seeing down pressure to 417. So we are going to open around 4 420. So around here, we'll see. It's coming from a strong uh, movement all the way from 215. I think this is the all-time highs at 488. So I don't want a short. There is no way, like, okay, if you're looking for shorts, what you want this to be broken, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be broken now at 428. Yes, it's going to open here, right? So that can put some room for the bears to go here at 410, 411. You see how this target to the upside was not taken. And that was if we break this trend line. I thought it maybe, yeah, if the move was to the other in the other direction, it would have done it today. Go to the 15 minutes volume profile and see what we had from yesterday. Apple retracing 3 days in a row, Nvidia not going, Microsoft doing much better, Amazon push and then consolidated yesterday in the value area below the opening print of the previous day. Broadcom weak for a few days. Meta holding. Tesla weak. And here we have crude oil. But let me go to ES. And this is what we have. We are near the low volume area and we're open for the last few days. And can we test low? Yeah, but it was rejected. And now we're here. Let's go to the market internals and see how we open. Positive so far. Let me give a few more minutes. So we have positive New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. I want to see if those are not things that I have to do. Crude. Here I want to see crude. If you trade above that, send me an email. Yeah, hopefully it happens in trading hours. So the market internals are still positive 1 minute after the bell. Tick streaming down. Infotech giving up a little bit. Now they're starting to see more red here. Financial, consumer discretionary, consumer cyclical staples near flat, most of them, but negative. With these internals, we have to see and wait. Apple, let me go here. 3 times frames. Let me modify these to 160. 65.29. And nothing major here. ADM Meta was the one that was stronger. He's holding in the range. Microsoft, sorry. Microsoft is the one that was stronger. Microsoft. Now, 3 minutes after the open, yes, let me take the picture from the market internals and share it in the Discord channel. And we have positive and negative sectors, but overall bullish bias. So market internals, bullish, open, looking to test overnight high. So overnight high on the ES maximize. We need to go here. That's 10 points away. That's exactly 10 points away. If we cannot get to overnight high, it will show us that, hey, the market has a bigger issue than the one that the internals are showing. Let me go. I don't know why. What happened to the... Not getting the notification. Send me the notification so I can open the trading. Hmm. Again. Here it is. Opening that one and then opening the one with the alerts. And let's go into action. So 45, 5 more minutes, 5 more points. Connecting to all the data feeds. So here we have NASDAQ at, move this. Sorry, the S&P 500 4 points away. NASDAQ at much further away. NASDAQ is 60 points away from overnight high. Crude did not, is retracing. Gold is retracing. Euro is going higher. Euro is going higher. So the other thing that I didn't check, let me show you markets, equity indexes, futures, what data we had overnight. So NASDAQ flat. This is a 15 minutes delay. Okay, I don't have real time data here, but what I want to see is what happened overseas. So in EMEA, I mean, if it's not above 1 or below 1, it's flat, right? Then in Asia, okay, so Kospi was down, Hansen was up, but very much flat. Equity indexes, futures, index futures. So now, yes, 2 more points. And let me see how the options is. Oh, I didn't get feel here. Ish. I didn't get feel. Okay. See how it's taking like 4 more points again. Not going. Market internals. How are you doing? Okay. This is getting infotech is getting stronger. Consumer discretionary, financials negative, industrials 48, 2 more points to take the overnight high, and then the Russell, maybe the first to do it. YM isn't moving. Yeah, YM did it. Yes, not doing it. 3 more points. 48. What was that? Okay. Yeah, that was the confirmation. Come on, a little more. Stay slow. Make this 2 to 1. Take it there. And it's not going. Market internals see large volume workspaces, open simplified workspace. Don't need this. I don't need this. I can manage with this too. $48. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I guess I should put some music uh, on the background, right? So when I not talking, something is playing at least. 13 minutes. So far, in 30 minutes with bullish internals, the S&P SPX just moved 14 points, 15 points. Here it seems 50. This is the overnight high, right? We finally did it. Is it accomplished? Ooh, not yet. Not yet. How much more can we go? At least to 57. I mean, if if it doesn't do 57, what type of market internals we get? Okay, that's an order. On 54 now. Gold. Gold is moving. Okay, that's. I don't know if you hear that beep, but that's a large trade that I need to take a look at. What is it? What is it here? So it was on the NASDAQ, and after that large trade, the delta moved higher and price as well. So let's do very short. Seems we can get close in this. Little retracement on gold and in the equity indexes as well. Market internals, this is the key. Market internals still positive. Ticks coming down. Watch. Why is ticks near zero? The ES retracing after taking did reach 58. The high was 59. But we said it needs to get to the 59. It did it to the tick. No freaking way. So technical, it's not even funny. When it's so technical, so this is what I say. It's so technical. Let me double duplicate this so you can see. We put it here, this low, and we change the label. Activate. Oh, what was that? You hear the noise? Yeah, new buying pressure. What was this? A few everything is happening on the NQ, and this is not super positive because so they were buying contracts that were bought aggressively bought, and then the delta moved in the other direction, and the price is moving 15 points. So those are stops clearly, and my question is, why are they such a large stops here on the NQ? This is the technical nickel. Tin, 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 tin. What? The NASDAQ finally took the overnight high, and now I understand why those levels were there at 14, at 29, 114, 114, right here, 1114, it's right here, 115. Let me check the exact pricing, 1150. Pushing higher, pushing higher. Another, oh, there's a sell one. So 52, sell, 53, buy. Ooh, it's matched. So going higher, market internals, getting stronger in the New York Stock Exchange, Infotech going, and the one that was strong was Microsoft. Microsoft not at the high yet. Apple should have retraced a little bit, but not yet. Bitcoin strong. Okay, so risk on so far. QQQ getting ready. Sorry, QQQ. Let me open QQQ. So we can go to the charts. What is this? The charts, flexible charts. QQQ. I mean, this is the same level here. If we cannot get to the low of Tuesday, what type of bulls are these, right? And if we enter into the low of Tuesday, 21st, oh, quick drop on the NASDAQ, quick drop on the ES. The internals going. Flexible. Let's go to the NQ. NQ, NQ. Okay, that's the retracement on the level where the sell came at 51. Printed 54. It needs 30 more points for this high, but what we want activate is this low here. That low over there, that is a 99. Yeah, just make it 200. Edit. We change it to 200. We want that low to be tested. That's where the bears should push. If they push right here, they turn around this right here. It says it all. It's not strong enough, right? So I need to remember that it was before 10. So the exact time was here 49. And then I want to see how the option is doing because I need to fix this. And a way to fix it. This is not so simple. 9%. This creates some thinking. So it's trading at 44, 41. Should be trading at 45. This is an option. So I'm just thinking aloud. Expiration is close. So one more punch. Come on, push, 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 push. Slowly but surely. To say, and should be a millionaire already, right? It's a matter of time and a matter of perspective. Boom, 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 boom. I should put some music. Definitely, I should put some music. I'm going to create another watch list. Oh, another trade. Sell at 77. Let's see what happened. Why do they have a stop? Oh, it's because of this. Yeah, this is small trades, not infinite. How much is that? 37. So if I do 37 here, that's $20 million. $20 million. Question is, let's go. Let's go. If $20 million turn this thing around, is because the internals are giving up. Tick is giving up. Is now is below zero. Advance is posting a red line. Yeah, a red candle. Infotech is still going. It's 1.1. Bands and decliner. Volume still positive. Gold. Let's go to gold. Holding there. Holding there. So I saw this. Now it's 9. So let me put this in an hourly candle. Many positive candles we had. So it's 2 positive, 2 hours positive. So 11 oh is here. And crude did not take it either. What happened to crude? I mean, 5% is enough for you for the day? Truly? Russia is not going to be able to sell the stock? Another trade. Check. Ooh, sell. Sell and change in term. What is this? 61. Active trader. What is the buttons here? Level 2. I think it was here. No, dashboard here. So NQ stopped, and I need to see why it stopped because this is not stopping so far. The advance it is, and yes, pushing. YM no. I mean, remember, 15-minute candles. Okay, guys. Um. Oh, buying pressure on the NQ, and NQ is going to do it. So NQ, come on, buying pressure in return. Interesting. Let's see what this email is. No alerts, expirations, now live. This is great. This is great. Hmm. Pues. That was a retracement from the high with a buy. This person panic. He bought the high. He or she bought the high at 73. Giving giving some. This is not a joke. I mean, it's 30 points, right? 30 points on the NQ. The ES technical trading. You remember? It went back higher. Now retracing. I wonder why coffee does not load here. Gold. Gold is now looking a little. So we have this range, this consolidation here, right? That is going to be broken. And after that, the bears will know 78. some room. 78, 79. Yep. Another trade. Another stop loss on the NQ. So people is pushing slowly on the NQ. But every time that it pops, people are selling that sell. And now NQ. So let me refresh this on the longer time frame. Where are we? See, there's so much lines here. It gets a bit confusing. We are still inside of yesterday's candle. We're not even near the high of yesterday. That was at the open, right? With market internals, I mean, not as positive as they were, but they did their job. I mean, it moved zero point 0.4 positive on the day on NQ. On the ES, 0.26 on the day. And we are sitting in this technical level that when we know that when it gets so technical to the tick, big buyers, big sellers are not present. They don't care about ticks, right? Oop. So with this, I'm going to conclude. I made the trades. There are more to come. And crude oil, it's not going stock. See, 5 minute candle is just, you cannot trade this. Gold is breaking. Is it really breaking? Gold is breaking. I mean, it's not. You see what it did, right? Broke, bloop, to the downside. But now at least all the people that hear said, okay, so it's open to the upside. Internals getting weaker. Internals are getting weaker. And with that, I conclude the parts of the journey. Thank you so much. And we keep talking later. Bye bye.